Rebekah Martin began her career with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in 2001 in the Student Career Experience Program as a wildlife biologist at the Eastern Virginia Rivers National Wildlife Refuge Complex. After completing her undergrad in 2003 and her graduate degree in 2005 at the College of William and Mary, Rebekah served as the Wildlife Refuge Specialist at Chesapeake Marshlands National Wildlife Refuge Complex from 2005 to 2007. In 2007, Rebekah moved to the service's headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, where she served in the Endangered Species Program's branch of listing and subsequently the branch of state grants. Rebekah began her current position as the Vision Process and Conference Coordinator for the National Wildlife Refuge System in December of 2009. Rebekah and her husband, Dustin, have a 1-year-old daughter named Cora Wren. Please help me welcome Rebekah.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm speaking from my iPad, and it just warned me that I only have 10% of my battery left, so I'll keep it short. And when it turns off, I'm done. I'd like to start this morning by introducing you to the most special girl in my life. This is my just-turned-year-old daughter, Cora Wren. Cora is walking now, and as you can imagine, she's at the age where she's very interested in investigating and experiencing things and anything that she can get to. And when she encounters something new, she's developed this habit where she turns and looks with these big questioning eyes, waiting for me to indicate to her whether something is okay or not, whether it's safe or harmful, whether she's allowed to touch it or not. And not that she always listens, but she looks to me for that guidance. And so as a new parent, I've spent a lot of time over the past year thinking about how parenting requires some of the same qualities and characteristics that being a good leader takes. So when I started thinking about talking to you this morning about leadership, I did a little research and started by looking up the definition of the verb to lead. And I found this definition: to go before or with, to show the way. To go before, to show the way. That definition really spoke to me, and it caused me to ask myself, what does that look like? How should we, as a conservation community, be going before others to show them the way of conservation? What do we want the next generation to say about us, to say about our conservation leadership style, about our conservation successes? For the past 2 years, I've had the invaluable opportunity to serve as your Vision Process and Conference Coordinator for the National Wildlife Refuge System. And in that role, I've been able to observe conservation leadership at its finest. Of course, that means in some cases I've been able to watch some of the service's highest levels of leadership, but it means more than that. I've had the great honor of witnessing the conservation leaders that lie within each of you. Greg Sakanik said yesterday that we are all leaders, no matter our organization, our series, our grade level, or our number of years in the service, and he's right. I've watched you, refuge managers, visitor service professionals, law enforcement officers, biologists, equipment operators, administrative professionals, friends, partners, and state colleagues unite to chart a course for the future of the refuge system. And based on that experience, I want to share with you what I hope the next generation will say about our way of conservation. First, I hope that they are able to say that we were persistent, refusing to give up or back down. So many times in striving to achieve our mission, we are met with adversity. The work that we do is not easy. We face uncertain budgets, deal with incredible environmental challenges such as climate change, the onslaught of invasive species, and water issues, just to name a few. And we often meet uncertain political climates, both at the national and local levels. All of this is on top of simply striving to meet our complex calling to conserve wildlife and habitat for the continuing benefit of the American people. I know that some days when the alarm clock goes off, you might think to yourself, not today. I don't want to fight that fight today. But you don't succumb. You don't allow the difficult tasks that face us to paralyze you. There's a fire that burns deep within us that consumes the adversity, driving us to keep at it, to stand firmly, to be persistent. Today, this week, here in Madison, we are reaping the benefits of the persistence that you have sown throughout this vision process. The seeds of persistence that we sow today and tomorrow, we will reap next year, next month, and the years to come. We must be persistent conservation leaders. Second, I hope that the next generation is able to say that we were fearless. Rick Coleman spoke yesterday about courage, and he told us, "Be not afraid." I echo and emphasize Rick's words this morning because they're imperative to our success. I often think about the great conservation heroes, people like Rachel Carson and Aldo Leopold and the Mureys and others, and I wonder where conservation would be if they had allowed fear to have a role in their lives, in their thought processes, in their actions. We are standing as a conservation community on the brink of a great conservation victory, charting the course for the future of the National Wildlife Refuge System. Seek that victory, seek it feverishly and with passion, and don't let fear enter your equations. Be willing to be wrong. Be willing to fail. Be willing to succeed. Take conservation across the finish line. The next generation needs us to be fearless conservation leaders. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, I hope that the next generation is able to say that we were united. I had the privilege several years ago while working for the Endangered Species Program to visit the Rocky Mountain Front in Montana, to meet the ranchers and other partners working together in that landscape. And it was the first time that I was introduced to the 80% philosophy that they use there that Jim Stone described yesterday for you. And I don't expect the next generation to say that we always agreed or that we always saw eye to eye during this vision process. We've certainly come to realize that we're not always going to see eye to eye, and that's okay. But if, like in the Blackfoot Challenge, we always look for the things that we can agree upon, for the 80% or whatever percentage it is, then we will create a united conservation front that will catapult conservation farther than our wildest imaginings. The challenge lies before us to be the conservation leaders that are needed today and to create the conservation leaders of tomorrow. I accept that challenge, and I ask you to join me in this journey of going before to show Cora, to show your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your friends, our way of conservation, persistently, fearlessly, and side by side. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to pull myself back together after that. Thank you. Thank you. It's truly been a pleasure to serve in this role, and I appreciate everything that everyone in this room has done to make this week successful and this vision process successful.